I'm back now to talk about the Adrian Beltre trade to the Rangers. Now, this is a very interesting trade. I mean, up to this up to the point of the trade, it was really questioned how serious the Rangers really were. You know, the Rangers already had Michael Young at third base. He did good last year, you know, for and so he has the capability of playing third. He's got good offense. He's a consistent guy. And so you think, well, why would you need Adrian Beltre? And I questioned that myself numerous times. You know, when we first signed Adrian Beltre, I was so like, why are we doing this? This is a waste of money. You know, 96 million for 6 years. Really, Rangers? Why are you doing this? We have Michael Young. He's the captain of the team, and then you start hearing about trade rumors for Michael Young, and then you start worrying about, well, how is this going to affect the rest of the team, and it just. But now that I've looked at the contract, now that I've seen what they're doing with Michael Young, and I'm seeing how, Adrian Beltre has carried himself, I'm beginning to realize this is probably a better trade than most of us realize. Going into it, when you take a look at Adrian Beltre, okay, his career stats, everybody always says, hey, he only does well in a contract year. Well, that seems true, but there's also been a year where it was a contract year and he didn't do so well. It's happened. So it's not all true. He can play well. And you also got to take and consider the fact is he spent 5 years at Safeco Field. He's a right-handed pull power hitter. That's like one of the worst ballparks you can hit in. It's terrible, especially for a guy like Adrian Beltre. And so he got 1,214 at bats there, around that many at bats. And when you take those out of his career batting average goes up to 280. That's pretty decent for a third baseman and whatnot, you know. And right now he's supposedly ranked as the third best third baseman in all of baseball. So that's a great pickup in a sense that you're getting a third baseman who's really, really good. His defense is definitely a step above Michael Young. Michael Young has a glove. He's proven that shortstop, second base. He's proven he has a gold glove. But he does not have quite the range and speed capability that Adrian Beltre has. And that's what Adrian Beltre brings to that third base. And when you combine Beltre and Elvis Andrus, wow. That's definitely by far could be considered the best left side of the field in all of baseball. Defensively, definitely. And then also you got Josh Hamilton out in the outfield, left field. So that's really going to be a big, big help to the Rangers because when you look at their offense, or not really their offense per se, but when you look at the opponent's offense with the pitchers that we have, you look at it and you're going, wow, we got a lot of left-handed pitchers and we have a lot of sinker ball pitchers. That makes for a lot more balls going to the left side of the field. And so to have that extra defense that Beltre brings and being able to get to 60 more baseballs or more than Michael Young adds a whole lot. Because if you think about that, last year he got to around 60 more baseballs more than Michael Young. That's 60 more less. That's probably 60 more less base hits. That could mean a less few runs scored. That could mean that because of those fewer runs scored, maybe the Rangers win a few more games. And maybe it's because of those few games won, they win the American League West. You never know. And Adrian Beltre brings that possibility. He brings that to the Rangers. Given our pitching staff and our bullpen and everything else, it's going to very, very, very well for the Rangers. And offensively, he's not the most consistent guy. That's true. Definitely not consistent. But as I said a minute ago, if you take out the at-bats at Safeco Field, his batting average goes up to 280, which is great. And if you look at his career and offense-wise, you look at it, he has a 306 career batting average at the ballpark in Arlington. That's really good. And if he works out like Vlad Guerrero did last year, he's going to put up great numbers in our ballpark. And so that's going to be really, really awesome for him to be able to come and bring his offense and what he's done over the career in our ballpark. Because not only has he hit 306, he had his first home run there. And he had his only cycle of his career at Ballpark in Arlington as well. So he's been really good. A lot of people have also questioned, well, how is he in the clubhouse? There was this incident not too long ago where somebody, rubbed his head and he ended up getting a little angered. The thing is the Rangers, they made sure of that. You got Nolan Ryan and JD made sure that, hey, we want to make sure this guy's going to be good in our clubhouse. We don't want another Sidney Ponson or any guy like that. We don't want another Vicente Padilla. We want to make sure he's a good guy in our clubhouse. And when they asked around, they got no negative comments. No negative comments, which is great. And one thing that really gave me a lot of respect for Adrian Beltre is the fact that before he signed his contract, he personally called Michael Young. I mean, how many players personally call another player before you on the team they're about to sign to say, hey, in his case, it's very understandable why he did that. And that's very respectable of him to do that, because that basically tells you that he really respects Michael Young. And he thinks he's a great guy. And he wants to make sure that him coming to the team and him taking third base is okay. He's trying to make sure that, hey, I'm maybe coming to take third base, but you're still the captain. You're still the guy, and I respect you a lot. And so him, given that conversation, I think really sets him on the right foot in Ranger organizations, gives him more respect, and he's going to do very, very well. All around, Adrian Beltre, I think, will surprise more people. I mean, yes, he's overpaid, but which Scott Boras client is not overpaid? There aren't any, Scott Boras it's him. He knows how to drive up the price on a ball player, and he's been doing it for years. So we had to get him at this price. Otherwise, we wouldn't have gotten Adrian Beltre. I mean, the A's and the Angels both, I think, guaranteed almost $77 million over 5 years, and Oakland was actually guaranteeing money for 6 years. So, we really didn't pay that much more at all to get Adrian Beltre, or at least the Rangers didn't pay much more. And to have Adrian Beltre on your side versus having to face him 20 times a year, that's a big thing. And so it's great that the Rangers won't have to worry about facing him. He's going to be on their side. And so I think Adrian Beltre is going to be big for the Rangers this year. He's going to help out a lot defensively and offensively, and he's going to bring a lot to the table. So we'll see how that helps improve the bullpen, the rotation, and how he does in the clubhouse pretty soon, because spring training is coming up, and we'll see Adrian Beltre in the 2011 season as a Texas Ranger. That's all for now, and more will be coming from the Baseball Time.